Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Kane's Calling is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use promo code Kane's Calling for $20 off your first order. And About the Fans. Use promo code CCI for 50% off your entire order.
What is going on, Canes fam? I'm Matty Ice. He is Tony V. And he is joining us from the road, Mr. Caniacs. And this is Kane's Calling Live. How we doing tonight, boys?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's season eve, baby. Season eve.
We got a game tomorrow.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait.
Less than 24 hours.
So excited. Yeah.
It's coming quick. And it's going to be a special one. Because if everything goes right, me and Caniacs are actually going to be watching it together in person. So
True that.
Nice.
Hopefully it all works out. Fingers crossed. So I'm excited for that. But man, I gotta say, Caniacs, you got a legit setup. Just like back there, you got the flag and everything.
You like that?
I love it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, well,
Nice, man.
Well, I've been driving a lot through Oregon, so I passed right through Eugene. So I make sure that I have that up so everybody can see it.
Attaboy.
Attaboy. Boys, I mean, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to break down the schedule, get into the Bethune-Cookman game, obviously. We got the really random rankings. We're going to talk about some other games as well. Got the Reddit topic of the week. We got a lot going on. And we already got Greg Bush in here, too. I saw him posting here.
Greg, what's
Shout
up,
out to
my
Greg.
man?
Already here.
Hey, you need to apologize to him, Maddie and Tony.
I know.
for not
I'm
answering
sorry,
your question.
Greg. I didn't know that you asked a question the other week. I think it was when I was controlling everything, right?
Correct.
Sorry, Greg.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
been an
yeah.
adjustment, so I guess I just didn't look at the comments or something. But yeah, if you got a question this week, I'll guarantee that one of us will answer it. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But first off, I think we got some college football playoff talk to talk about, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So
Yes, we do.
12 teams.
The
12
CFP
teams.
committee decided today to expand the playoff starting in 2026 to 12 teams. They also think that they can finagle it to start in 2024. So, what do you guys think? Is 12 too much? Is 12 what you wanted? You like
I
it?
personally don't think 12 was too much. I think 12 was all right.
Yeah. Whenever I thought about
16,
college
I think would have been
expansion-
too much.
Yeah. Whenever I thought about college expansion, the playoff expansion, my target number was always 8 for some reason.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because like 4 never made any sense. Because you have the quote Power 5, right?
Yeah.
But there was only 4 conference champions. That never made any sense to me. Like you're always by default gonna leave somebody out.
Right.
So that's why 8 was, you have your 5 conference champs and you have 3 at-large bids. But 12, I would like to see when the details of the scheduling and all that shit come out, because you go to 12 to 6 and then you got 3 teams left. Like someone
Right.
had a bye week. I don't know how they're gonna do it.
So do you
Right.
think non-conference games are going to be the things that they look at to
Um,
shorten the season, or because they have to do
yeah,
it somewhere? Because if
it's-
you're in the national championship, you're playing. I mean, if you start out at a lower seed, you're playing like 4 games, right?
yeah, you're playing 4 extra weeks.
So
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
I mean, it'll also replace some of the bowl season itself is almost a month long.
Yeah.
It starts the week after the conference championships are the first weekend of December, and you don't play the college football playoff championship until what, the second week of January. So you've got 5 weeks to play with. So you're gonna get rid of some of the shittier bowls, I guess, and replace them with these, playoff games. So
Well, it
I
might
don't know, man.
enhance some of those shitty. Well, let me not say shitty. Those lesser bowl games,
Yeah.
because now I don't know how. Well, obviously we don't know how they're going to do it, but if they can take these teams and place them in certain like regions, you know what I mean, that might help some of these other bowl games, some of these other cities that don't really have a lot going on. Because some of these cities like Tampa, they have like what 3 or 4, 5 bowl games going on just in that stadium alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
LA has a bunch going on, and then so it might enhance some of these other locations. I don't know. I'm just, you know what I mean, and it may get rid of some of these other ones, these lower tier bowls, or they may just still have them, but it's all going to be about the contract money and ESPN or ABC or whoever it is or Fox that's going to pick it up. So it's all going to depend on that.
Well, and I think a major component of this too is money, right? Like the opportunity, more playoff games, more people watching, more big name teams in it. That's what I'm interested in. And I think too, what we'll see is, I feel like of recent, this has always been the case of players sitting out of the bowl games. I mean, if 12 teams are making the playoffs, I don't see players sitting out, if their teams are in the playoffs, because that's kind of early, because the season is going to be shortened a little bit. It has to, if there's going to be that long of a playoff. So they're not going to,
I would think so, yeah.
You can't go with 8 games, on film or something. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's just kind of my thought process.
They may just have the conference championships on Thanksgiving weekend. Maybe eliminate a week, make it 10 games instead of the 11 games. They can play. They're gonna have to for sure shorten the schedule for sure. At some
I mean, we used to play 10 games and then they expanded it to 12. So I mean,
yeah, exactly.
It's gonna
be interesting to me. The reason why I love March Madness is because of the upsets. How many, obviously the upsets aren't going to be as, great as March Madness. You're not going to have some mid-major school beating a Duke or a North Carolina, in basketball, which would be equivalent of like an Alabama football or whatnot. But I still think it's going to be interesting, and it's going to make, for good TV.
Interesting football, absolutely interesting football.
So, but I just thought the 12 teams, I was kind of surprised it was that many, but
me too.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just was surprised by the amount of teams. But
that was my initial thought. When I saw 12, I was like, that's a lot. That's a good amount. That's half the top 25 basically. So if you finish in the top half of the top 25, you got a playoff spot, which I guess is cool for the Iowas and all those teams that fringe in the middle of the top 25. Where we always start the season, but we always fall off. That's where those teams are the ones that are going to benefit the most.
Yeah,
and I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2026 is when we have the playoff championship in Hard Rock Stadium. I'm not mistaken, correct? Isn't that when it is? The next time?
That's a good question.
What was it?
If I'm not mistaken, 2020
is when Hard Rock is hosting the CFP championship.
I think so.
Yeah, because they just announced that this summer, didn't they?
Yeah, 2026. Yeah.
And that's the last. If I'm not mistaken, that's the last year of this college playoff contract too, isn't it? So
yeah. So I would imagine it looks like we're hosting the championship for the 2025 season, because the event is going to take place in January 26th.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So there will be the next year where the 12 teams will take place.
Okay.
I don't know. January 2026 sounds like a good target date for Mario.
Sounds like a great target date for Mario.
Play a national championship game at home. Oh, buddy.
We'll be out there live.
Hell yeah, we'll be out there.
Absolutely.
But
speaking of live and being out there, let's go into really random rankings, because
I thought you had a shout out though.
Oh, I do have a shout out today.
Also, do the shout out, bro.
Besides marking the eve of our opening of the football season, today was the last day of Coach Feld's 45-day Fill Your Sleeves challenge. So shout out to everyone who got juicy. Shout out to everyone who participated.
Juicy. You got to say it right.
Yeah, juicy. And a shout out to everyone who did all 45 days, like this guy right here. So
There you
humble
go.
brag.
Oh,
45
good
days, baby.
shit,
So,
Tony. Hell yeah, let's go.
very proud of
Yeah.
myself. Didn't think I was gonna do it, but there were some days where it was hard. But as my wife says, you didn't get this far to get this far. So
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
45
Stay
days.
That's
juicy.
awesome.
Stay juicy.
Let's go.
That's right.
Well, boys,
Yeah.
let's get into the really random rankings, huh?
Yeah,
Let's
let's do
go.
it.
All right. All right, so this edition of the really random rankings, we're doing top 5 tailgate foods.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
I got to be
Yes,
honest,
sir.
I kind of struggled with this one actually because I didn't have that many options. But I'm gonna let you guys go first because maybe you guys will think of one that I just didn't think of. Tony, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I don't have anything written down, but I can go off the top of my head.
There you go.
Number 5, just a good bar, like a good burger bar, man. Just throw some burgers on the grill, some grilled veggies, grilled onions, and sandwich hot dogs. Just basic, basic barbecue fare. Let's see what else. Number 4, gotta have something Hispanic. Some croquetas, some empanadas, something with some Latin flavor to it. Number 3, a good bag of chips with some Miller Lite. That's just sit on a truck bed and just go crazy. Probably like some lime Tostitos, I think would be
Okay.
my pick. Number 2, some good chicken wings, either made there at the tailgate or brought imported. And number 1, something my brother-in-law makes every time we tailgate, man, some churrasco. Oof, baby.
Okay.
That's easy,
I like
simple. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's on the menu for tomorrow. So
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah, my number 5 is the classic sandwiches.
There you go.
Hamburgers and
All
hot
of them.
dogs.
All of them. All the sandwiches.
Hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill at the barbecue. I mean, at the tailgate. I mean, you just can't get much easier than that.
It's classic.
It is classic, man. I mean, you got to have it. Number 4 is like Italian food, like not Italian food, but some Latin food. Some like street tacos, 7-layer dip. That right there is good to go. Number 3 on my list is and this is all stuff that we used to have when I used to go tailgating. Is bratwurst and Italian sausage sandwiches with the peppers and onions and all that stuff. Number 2 is a pulled pork sandwich, man. Pulled pork, baby. You got to have that all day. It's ready to go, and you eat that up right there. And number 1, and we've always used to have this when I used to go to the Bucks tailgates all the time when I had season tickets, was, man, we had brisket. Always do the brisket the night before, have the ribs ready to go, man.
Jeez.
Well, see, I used to, long story short, I used to go with a chef. He was a head chef for like Sun City, where all the adult people are at. And he would get that and prime rib and brisket and all this on like super discounts, man. And he would have that all cooked up and bring it. Oh, man. Yeah, I used to be fat.
Not a skinny man.
That sounds
Not
like a
a skinny
delicious
man,
tailgate.
no.
Holy shit.
Absolutely, bro.
I feel like mine is like pretty basic. It's just like, I mean, well, I gotta have this. I love the spicy nacho Doritos. Those are like my go-to chips. And then the munchie mix, like the Cheetos and like pretzels and shit that are all mixed up in Doritos. And then just like a good burger, like I'll take, I was gonna have hot dog as a separate one just because I couldn't think of anything else. But like the last time I went to a Rams game with some of my friends, we just made these my buddy just made these bomb ass tacos. The carne asada was so good, man. That was money.
That's also very easy too, man. Just grill
it's
the
super
meat,
easy.
chop it up, throw it in tortillas.
It's easy. And then my number 1, I just randomly thought of this was when Kaniacs was talking about barbecue. Was I was walking by like through the tailgate at the LSU Miami game, and someone gave me a Frito pie. So it was like the bag of Fritos with the chili in it and all the toppings and stuff. And that thing smacked. That chili was good. I didn't even know who this person was. I just took it. I was like, shit, I'm gonna take it.
Dangerous game.
He was drunk, so I think he thought that I was one of his buddies or something. I just took it.
There
It was
you go.
delicious. So I'll put that up there. That thing was one of the best things I've ever had, like at a sporting event.
So you
for
just
that
put
matter,
put
let
everything
alone
in
a
like the chip bag, right?
Yeah,
All the-
yeah.
I've had
Chili
that.
on
It's fucking
top.
good.
There's
Yeah.
jalapeno, onion, whatever, cheese.
Yeah.
And he had this like jalapeno like green sauce too. It was really good. Oh,
Okay.
it's making me hungry, man. Whew. Let me tell you,
I
boy,
hear you.
I'm ready to eat, man.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow. Man, this just gets me more excited. I'm ready to eat, man. Kaniacs, we're gonna eat some good food tomorrow. I'm telling you.
Let's eat it up, bro. I'm ready.
Hey yo.
I mean, you
let's
got to think
go.
I'm in this freaking truck, man. I'm not gonna be able to eat. I got to rush in the morning, to get that all done, and then I'm gonna be starving. So I'm not even gonna
I'm
have
just gonna
breakfast.
I'm gonna have like a platter of tacos just waiting for you or something.
Bro, I'm down.
Have a
Let's
good-
do it.
There's a
Right,
birria truck.
exactly.
There's a birria truck like 10 minutes from my house. It's bomb. I'll just get a bunch of them or something.
Let's do
We'll
that,
figure
bro.
it
I'm
out.
happy.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
But boys, I mean, like I said, less than how many hours away are we now? Like, I don't even.
Well, it's 12. Well, it's 3:30 kickoff, so we're under 24 hours.
Yeah,
for
we're
sure.
18
So we're
hours?
under.
Like 20 hours
We
around.
got 20 hours.
We'll just say
like 20
around
hours.
20 hours. Yeah, we're close. First game of the season. I thought we could. Obviously, we're going to go into the whole schedule. But I mean, we're right here at the first game against Bethune-Cookman. I think we all have the same result here. But what do you guys want to see from this game?
Well, I mean, I told you guys earlier today. I think the spread of 45 is a bit. It's a lot. So I'm not so sure we cover. Only because you know how long TVD is going to play. You don't know how long the number ones are going to play. I just want to see, man. I just want to see like the offensive line be nasty. I want to see the receivers make plays. Honestly, that's the low hanging fruit. That's what we've been hearing the entire offseason, the entire fall camp, is the receivers need to start making plays. So if like I heard in a couple other podcasts, if they can't make plays against Bethune-Cookman, it's going to be a long season.
Yeah.
So I want to see, the offense really, really get rolling. Like get TVD out there chucking the ball around, get the running game going for the limited time they're going to be out there, because they're not going to be out there for a long time. And on defense, man,
Let's hope not.
Yeah, just tackle people, bro. Just show me you learn how to tackle. Because apparently Bethune has a pretty decent quarterback. He's a Florida transfer. And he's a big boy. He's 6'4", 220. So he's a runner. So he has the makings of a problem. The quarterbacks have been problems for us for a while. So I want to see how much Kevin Steele has implemented in this defense. How disciplined they're going to be, how fundamental they're going to be. That's basically all you can see from a game like Bethune-Cookman, man. Because honestly, it should be a blowout. We should cover. We should beat them by more than 45. But again, for me, it's a big number.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, specifically for this game, I agree with you. Seeing the offensive line dominate, that's what I really want to see. And I want to see the defensive line too. I want to see how, it's going to be different. Going back to like what Lance was talking about last week, I'm not really an X's and O's guy, talking about what Manny wants to do on defense with the defensive ends, in previous years versus what Steele's going to want to do this season. I'm interested in seeing the difference. I think our defense is actually going to be really good this year. I think we do have some holes in some different areas, but I'm excited to see, some of the young guys that maybe will be the second part of the rotation play tomorrow. I'm excited to see Jalen Knighton too, man, because he's one of the most explosive players on this team.
Yeah.
I want to see him make some plays. That's what I'm really looking forward to. But what about you, Kaniacs?
I'm looking forward to watching a total domination in all three phases. Because that's what we should be doing to this team. And we haven't done it in the past years. It's been a long time since we've done the total domination of any team. I also want to see, of course, the new defense, the new offense, how that's going to work. I want to see if it's true what we're hearing, that are a lot of the part of the reason why our receivers are dropping balls is because our cornerbacks are good. Hearing a lot about DJ Ivy. He's breaking balls up. He's blanket coveraging people. Stevenson too's tearing them up. Kamari Rogers is supposed to be doing a great job. So I want to see if that's really true. If that's why the offensive wide receivers are dropping balls or things like that. Defense, I just want to see, total domination. We've upgraded linebacker. We've upgraded the defensive line. Our defensive line is supposed to be the strengths of our team. And, we got those 3 safeties in the back. So if this is true, I mean, the first team all the way around and should dominate, period. And I want to see how our special teams is going to do. I mean, it's been a while since we've had, some good special teams. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. So I know Tony, I think we did a score prediction last week. I don't remember exactly what we all said. But what were your guys' score prediction be for this game?
I have it as a push. I have it 55-10. That's my
Okay.
That's my
What about you, Kanye?
I'm thinking,
That's exactly what I posted on Twitter.
Yeah. 55-10.
You don't know what I have it as?
That's exactly what I posted, 55-10.
You don't know what I have it as? 69-7. Let's go, Mario. Blow their asses out.
Jesus.
Let's go.
It's a lot. It's a 62-point win, bro.
Dude, we've had games where we scored like 70 something on teams.
Yeah, Central Connecticut
talent.
State, not Bethune. Bethune's gonna have more talent than Central Connecticut State did last year. I'm just gonna tell you that.
We got Mario, okay. Should we get into
most importantly, one more thing, just get out of the game healthy, man. That's most important.
No one should play more. No one should be playing more than they need to.
Yeah,
we're up by 30. Nice I don't want to see
28, 35 point deficit or advantage in halftime, and I don't want to see a starter for the rest of the game.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Kaniacs, you having technical difficulties over there?
Yeah, he seems to be having technical difficulties.
Well, while he's figuring out his life, do you want to run through the schedule and we can kind of see what we have?
Let's run through the schedule. I got it pulled up right here.
Yeah, I actually need to find it real quick. It actually, I lost it. But so week 1, Bethune-Cookman, we all have that as a dub. Week 2,
we got Southern Mississippi.
Is it Southern Mississippi or Southern Missouri?
Oh, yeah, but maybe Southern Missouri. Yeah, you're right.
I don't even know.
Me neither. Southern Miss.
Yeah.
That again should be another win. That's another low mid-major team. They're gonna have talent. But again, we're gonna have more talent. So like Lance said last week, if look at the rosters, if we have more talent, it should be a victory. So that's what I'm going with.
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat. I don't really think there's that much to talk about. I don't know anything about the team, but I mean, it's a game where there's a huge talent disparity. We should win it. And it's a game where young guys should be playing a lot as well.
Yeah.
This is the one we got to talk about though here.
Yes, this is it.
We got number 6 ranked Texas A&M. It's an away game. It's at Texas A&M. What are your feelings for this game, man? Week 3, big showdown. What are your thoughts? ESPN game.
Man.
It's prime time too. It's like, isn't it like 6 p.m.?
6 p.m. for you, yes. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh yeah, sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern. Sorry,
9 p.m. Eastern. Presumably, it's gonna be the college game day location. There'll probably be a College Station that night. Man, it's tough for me because again, this team hasn't given me a reason to pick them in a primetime night game on the road as a victor in a long time. So I'm gonna chalk this up as an L, but I just need it to be competitive, man. I just need it to not be a blowout at halftime. Give it to me. Give me a close game going to the fourth quarter. That's what I'm really wishing, man.
Yeah. No, I think I saw something really interesting. Jimbo Fisher, while he's been there, he's only lost less than 4 games once. Thought that was super interesting, super random. They had the 3rd best defense in the country last season. I think it was 16 points per game. I know that there's some concern in their secondary. I think me and Caniacs were talking about it a little bit before the show.
And the quarterback,
I know that
too.
they have. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A question mark at quarterback. I think his name is Hangs King. He's a guy that kind of has had some injuries, but he's a guy that he's a mobile quarterback. He can make plays with his legs. That's someone that has traditionally given Miami problems.
Yeah.
Is the defense going to be different? I think it is. I think this game will be close. I really do. Yeah. I just think, the away factor, playing at Texas A&M, I have Miami losing this game against Texas A&M.
Yeah.
What about you, Caniacs?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Whew, okay. What were we talking about? Sorry.
We're talking about the Texas A&M game. How you feel about it? Who you got in that game?
I feel pretty good about the Texas A&M game. It's going to be our real first test of the season. As long as we can stay healthy, they still got to figure out their quarterback play. But yeah, I mean, out of the 2 major, let's talk about this. There's 2 major games in this schedule that we really need to worry about: Clemson and Texas A&M. If we can compete with Texas A&M, you know what I mean? I mean, the thing is that there's a College Football Live. A bunch of these other shows are predicting that we have a really good shot of beating Texas A&M. If we can do that, I mean, that's going to project, you know what I mean, what that's going to do for this program. I say we win. I say we beat Texas A&M in a close one.
All right. Nice.
Respect. Yeah. Okay.
For sure.
All right. Should we move on to the next one then?
Yeah. Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee. I mean, what are we saying here? Everyone,
this will be a dub for sure. Okay. But I've seen this team play a couple times because they play FIU. They're on FIU schedule. They're in FIU's conference, and they're fun, man. They're an explosive offense. They're gonna have similar talent to that of an FIU, maybe a little bit more talent because they've been towards the top of the conference for the last season or 2. But again, there's going to be talent disparity across the board. So this should be a pretty relatively easy dub. Maybe in like the low 20s, mid 20s range. Yeah, more or less.
That's how I'm feeling as well. Caniacs, you in the same boat?
Yeah.
Okay. We got another interesting one. We got North Carolina at home. I believe I was looking at this. Was I looking at this right? They were 6-7 last season.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It's so weird because I felt like they were one of the most inconsistent, weirdest teams in college football. Yeah. They came in with a lot of hype, Sam Howell still. But they were one of the most penalized teams and one of the most sacked teams in college football last season. They got Drake May coming in. I think he's a redshirt freshman. They had 5 touchdowns in their first game. I don't know how I really feel about this game. Honestly, I'm not really concerned, to be honest. I don't think this is going to be similar to the last few years we played them. I think that we end up winning this game, and I think it's like a 2-3 possession game, to be honest.
Yeah, they're gonna have one guy on offense besides the quarterback. It's gonna be Josh Downs, the wide receiver. Yeah. You put a bottle on him, they're gonna have trouble moving the football. So I don't have the Canes losing a home game this season. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
I like that.
So this is a win. I agree. Maybe 10 points, 2 possessions. I think that's a fair assessment for this game.
Okay. Caniacs?
I agree totally with all that. I just don't see Mac Brown having the same success with Gaddis or Steele that he's had with Manny's defense. I really don't see it.
No handshake GIF this year.
No,
Right.
not at
Right.
all.
Yeah.
So okay, so we all have that one as a win. Next up, we got Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech. I got to be honest. They played their first game, right? It was.
I
Was it
think they're
last
playing
night?
right now, if I'm
Oh
not
no, they're
mistaken.
playing right now. That's what it was.
I
Yeah.
think they're playing
I
right
was thinking-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to feel about this game. I'm gonna kind of hand it over to you guys. What you guys think? Tony, how are you feeling about this one?
It's a road game in Blacksburg. You know, there's nothing. It's no easy feeling about this game. But I don't think Virginia Tech is any good. Last
Yeah.
I checked, I think they were down versus Old Dominion today. If
They're
I'm not
tied.
mistaken. They're tied. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So the part of the schedule that scared me a bit when it was released was having the 2 Virginia games on the road this season. I think we're gonna lose one of them, but it's not. I don't think it'll be this one. I think it'll be UVA, but I think this is gonna be a victory.
Okay. Caniacs?
I think so too. And it's not going to be a night game either. It's not going to be a night game. All the games we got this year are on Saturday nights or Saturdays.
Yeah.
It
won't be one of those fluky Thursday games.
I just don't see anything. Right. I just don't see anything in your Tech that scares me, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about the team. I read a little bit coming out, and I'm gonna chalk this one up as a win, but I think it's something that later on down the road when we're previewing it we can get into more. But let's get into the next one. We got Duke. This is in football, so I'm not very concerned. I know nothing about Duke, but I mean, honestly, if it was basketball too, I wouldn't really be concerned either because Coach L has owned Duke.
Yeah.
He has pretty much owned them, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take Miami in this one. I don't know how you guys feel. I think it's gonna be pretty general consensus. It's a win.
This will be an easy victory.
Okay,
should be a dub.
Let's just
Duke
move on
stinks.
then, because the next one's a little interesting. We got Virginia at Virginia. How do you guys feel about this one? This one's kind of like a trending topic on Twitter of, some Canes fans are picking this as a loss. Others are like, what the hell's wrong with you? This is not going to be a loss. How do you guys feel?
This is my second loss of the season.
Okay.
I can't particularly tell you why exactly. But Brennan Armstrong is a legit college quarterback. He's good. They've got a really good receiving core also coming back. And this game will most likely be at night.
You're probably right.
Charlottesville is not known for its, intimidating environment like how Blacksburg is. So, but like I said, one of the Virginia games will be a loss, and I think it's this one.
I don't think so. And here's my reasons why. Yes, they have a good quarterback. They have good wide receivers. It's true. But they're replacing 6 offensive linemen from last year. 6. That's a lot of that. That's their whole rotation.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Also, they're this whole summer they've had injury-prone offensive linemen, so it's been a rotating door. They haven't had a set 5 all season, so they're still working that out. They also brought in 3 grad transfers to come in on the defensive line. None of them that I can remember, if I remember correctly, came from like a big conference. They also have a whole new staff, new head coach. Of course, he came from Clemson. They have a new offensive coordinator. They have a new defensive coordinator. The defensive coordinator came from Air Force. Not saying it's a bad thing. He had great numbers in that competition and conference. You know what I mean? So they got a lot to work out. By the time that game comes around, excuse me. I mean, I know we're going to have more time to watch us and watch them, but I just can't, unless it's just an absolute fluke of a game. I mean, if we lose, it's going to be like 3 points, a field goal, a 4th and 14 kind of deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see why everybody's like, oh, Virginia, Virginia, Virginia in this one, because if the quarterback doesn't have time to throw the ball, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how good he is. You got to have time to throw the ball. If our defensive line should do their job like they're supposed to, and our defensive, like I said, it all comes back to what we're hearing. We got to see it first, of course. But I just don't see it as an automatic loss. Could we lose?
Yeah.
Absolutely, we could lose. Absolutely,
Well,
but I just
I
don't
think-
see.
I was just gonna say, I think a lot of people are looking too at like the skill positions because I know they had a lot of receivers coming back, tight end as well. But I agree with you. You know,
Yeah, their tight end is. Their tight end is.
Yeah.
You know,
So
he's not like.
to be honest, for me, because I have Miami going 9-3. I know it kind of just ruined the whatever. I don't really care. And so for me, the ACC game, the other besides Clemson that I had us losing that I was looking at was this one and Pitt. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, Pitt, like by the way they played last night against West Virginia. To be honest, like after seeing like the offensive line, like I kind of have to see more about Virginia, but I'm leaning towards a win in this one. But I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I'm not saying we're gonna get blown out by any stretch. It'll be like Kenyak said, like last year's game that ended on a missed field goal. We had a chance to win the game on a field goal, and Borregales missed it. It'll be something like that. Either way, because I think it'll be close regardless whether we win or not. It'll be close because Virginia's tend to have played us well for the last 3, 4, 5 seasons. It's become a pretty decent rivalry too. Because Virginia's been pretty good. They haven't been slouches.
Yeah.
Do you think? Let me ask you. Do you think that there's any part of the fact that, like, obviously FSU is the week after this, right? It's Virginia, then FSU. Do you think that there's any like looking forward to playing FSU maybe overlook Virginia, or do you think Mario's here? That's not going to happen.
I don't think Mario and Zoe will let that happen. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
And plus,
the same thing.
In the grand scheme of things, the FSU game doesn't mean shit because it doesn't mean shit for the Coastal. Doesn't mean shit for anything. Obviously it means a lot because you beat FSU, but I think that's the mindset that Mario needs to instill in these kids. Like the FSU game doesn't mean anything for the rest of our season. But if we lose to Virginia, you're putting our Coastal hopes at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think this game will mean enough. If we're like the Duke game or something, a game with less meaning where the guys won't give a shit about it, maybe. But no, I don't think with Virginia it's gonna mean a lot. Unless Virginia's like, I don't know how many games are we in. Unless they're like 2-4 or something, like how FSU was last year. But I don't see that happening because Virginia's too good for that.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Let me ask you guys then. Obviously this next game, we're all going to be there in attendance. We got FSU, November 5th. How do you guys feel about this one?
To kind of preview my one of the next segments we have coming up. This is one of the 3 games I have marked on the calendar for Sunday night to watch. Because I'm interested. I'm really interested to see. Obviously, FSU played Duquesne last week, so you really can't judge anything by it.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see what FSU looks like against LSU. I feel like that's a comparable, to where we're at and where LSU's at. I feel like that's pretty comparable.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really interested in seeing what they look like. But again, they have Jordan Travis at quarterback.
Yeah,
you can only go so far with him at quarterback. I know the people in Tallahassee see him as like the second coming, but come on, he's been there 20 years. He's been the same quarterback. He's like Chris Nix all over again. He's the same guy.
Did you see that FSU insider that said that he would take Jordan Travis over Tyler Van Dyke?
Yeah, he said that Jordan Travis was the best quarterback in the state of Florida. I was like, what's wrong with you, man? There's 2. Anthony Richardson at Florida and Tyler Van Dyke's better than he is. Come on, man.
Shit. Who's the quarterback at UCF,
I'd
too?
put Leary at Virginia up against him, too.
Yep. I don't even know who's as a UCF, but I bet you he's better than Jordan Travis.
Take the Florida
shit. Nicholas Perry is better than Jordan Travis.
Oh hell yeah, I would
So
take
put another one.
Perry.
Put another one there.
Let's go.
Put another one there.
But yeah, what about you, Kenny? You on the same boat?
After last year, hopefully these guys, it was one play from beating them last year. We don't have that defense anymore. Totally. So I just, the fan in me says we want to blow them out another game, 52-10. But I think we'll win. But I think it's gonna be close. I think it'll be close.
We got to remember how bad Tyler Van Dyke started the first half of last year's game. That's kind of what lost. That's what kind of put us in that situation, that 4th and 14 situation. Because Tyler Van Dyke came out and played arguably the worst half he played all of last season against Florida State. I think he threw like 2 interceptions or something, but then he lit it up in the second half. So hopefully he learns from that, and FSU's basically bringing back the same squad. Plus, I think they added a couple transfers on the defensive line as well. One guy that we were after, that kid from Albany, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be pretty good too. FSU is always going to have good defense. Like their defensive line, their secondary is always going to be good. So that's something we're going to have to contend with. But again, I think this is another 10 to 20 point victory, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're all in the same boat for that one. Next up, we got Georgia Tech. How do you guys feel about this one?
They stink.
Okay. I think Georgia Tech will be a little better. I think they'll be a little better this year. I think that they'll still suck though. But yeah, I'm gonna take that one as a win. Let's just move on to Clemson. How do we feel about that one?
Another night game on the road in prime time. Right now,
it's a tough atmosphere.
Yeah. Right now, man, I was gonna go to that game, and then my job decided to put their 75th anniversary party on that night. So, man, but I'll be watching at least. Yeah, I mean, again, a night game on the road in prime time, probably. Man, it's tough. It's tough. If this game were at the beginning of the season, where Clemson hadn't figured out their quarterback situation yet, I feel a little more confident about it. But by week 10, they'll know who the starting quarterback's going to be. They'll be rolling. I'm interested to see how much the losses of, I think his name was Tony Scott, their offensive coordinator, who's at Virginia now, and Venables is to Dabo. Those are 2 cogs in Dabo's machine that are gone now. So that's a big loss for them. But again, it's Clemson. They have talent. One of the only 2 teams on our schedule that are going to arguably have more talent than us across the board, maybe except at quarterback. We have the best quarterback in the schedule. That's bar none. There's no argument there. But yeah, I have this as a loss. Hopefully close, but I'm thinking 10. About 10.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, they're saying that their defense is even better than last year. They're talking about the 2018, that they're better than that. Their linebackers are faster than what they were last year, and Clemson was supposed to be down and they still had a 10-win season, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their only weakness is their quarterback. I mean, that's all they got. And I mean, I have this down as a loss too, but I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it's going to be close.
Yeah, we hope.
But I mean, because we'll be established on. We're going to know what we are by the time we get to Clemson. Clemson's going to know what they got, whether they start their freshman quarterback a couple weeks before that. Because I don't think DJ's going to have a long leash. I think by second, third game, if he doesn't have it, I think Dabo's going to yank him. And put the freshman in. That's just my opinion, because he's yanked others before. So he'll have enough reps by the time we get to play him. So yeah, it's going to be. I just want us to be very competitive with this team.
Yeah, they have the week before ours on the 5th. They play Notre Dame at South Bend. So hopefully Notre Dame can beat them up a little bit. For us, do us a solid, beat them up a bit.
Yeah,
but yeah, like you said, their schedule is pretty favorable. It starts off strong. They've got Clemson. They've got Georgia Tech on this coming Monday. Then Furman. Then Louisiana Tech. Then they get Wake Forest and NC State back to back, which is that'll be the DJ deciding time right there between the NC State and the Clemson game. And then they've got Boston College,
We'll know when
State,
Clemson plays North Carolina State.
Yeah, North Carolina State is the make or break game, I think, for DJ. And then before our game, they've got
because they get them early. They get Clemson early.
Yeah. They got them October 1st, so week 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big early test. So again, Clemson's gonna know who they are by the time November 12th rolls around, as will we. So it'll be a battle of wills, you know.
And hopefully, Chaney will be back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm in the same boat. I have that one as a loss. Let's move on, though. Last game of the season. We got Pitt at home. Pitt played last night against West Virginia. I already talked about that a little bit. I had said I had either Virginia or this one as a loss. I know this is a home game. This might change. This might be subject to change. I think that we drop an ACC game. I just think there's one more besides Clemson that we drop, and I'm just choosing this one. I think Keaton Slovis is a really good quarterback. Maybe, played a little shaky last night, but he had 30 touchdowns in his freshman season at USC. He was on track to have another 34. I think he's going to turn it up. Defensive line is always good at Pitt. I'm definitely concerned. I think this is going to be a close game no matter what. But I'm taking Pitt in this one.
Okay. I like Slovis a lot. I saw him a lot in USC his freshman year, just because USC had a lot of those 10 o'clock games, so I would just turn it on and I was impressed. He was good. Like, he was very, very good. But like I said before, I don't think we're losing a home game this year. I think the energy in that stadium, especially if the season goes the way we want it to go and the way we think it's going to go, by the time this game rolls around, we're 8-2, 9-3, whatever, 8-3, whatever our record is. And if this game is for the Coastal title, that stadium is going to be bananas. Mm-hmm. That stadium's going to be Notre Dame type hype. So if it's like that, Pittsburgh has no chance. No chance.
I agree with everything he said. I agree.
Down below there.
Yeah. Again, I see. I just unbeaten at home. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna stand by that. Unbeaten at home.
We haven't seen anyone play as well. That's a tough part of this. So it's like, I think that this is just something we're gonna have to revisit. I still think, 9-3 to me is the record.
Mine too.
I don't know. Yeah, Kaniax, I'm guessing you had 10-2 then, right?
I got him at 10-2, but I wouldn't be surprised at 9-3. And I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm not flying no banners or anything like that. But I could see 9-3. But that my iffy is the Texas A&M game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're about the same. 9-3, 10-2. Man, I wish 10-2 would be nice, man.
Oh, I would take it.
It would be nice.
Now, of course, everybody's healthy. No major injuries, things like that.
You go to the settings, you turn injuries off.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we got to pay some bills, Kaniax. Uh-oh. Kaniax? Well, I think he froze up. Uh-oh. Okay. Anyways.
Hey, there we go. Go ahead. What are we doing?
I was saying we got to pay some bills right now.
Time to pay some bills?
Yeah.
We'll go. First of all, you got to go check out SeatGeek.com. Go to SeatGeek, download the app. It's one of the best ticket purchasing app on the market. It has a great scale rating from 0 to 10. I know I've used it. I know these two guys have used it. I know other people have been using it because we've been, we know when people are using it. So first of all, we really appreciate that. It helps support the show. But when you do go on the app and find your tickets for the FSU game, whatever game it's going to be. It could be a concert, could be whatever. Use our code Canes Call In. And if it's your first purchase, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. Also, you got to go see our boys at About the Fans. Them boys are just doing a great job down there. They also have a thing called About the Buckets, which Maddie's involved in. They talk about basketball, NFL basketball, right? Or is it all basketball?
Just NBA.
Just NBA basketball. And I know that usually during the season, you guys are going to do it, what, once a week?
I think that's the plan. It's still kind of rough.
Yeah.
We're still trying to figure that out, but around once a week, once every 2, just depends.
Gotcha. So you got to go visit aboutthefans.com, order all your Miami merch. I know they got other merch as well, but we only want to talk about the Canes merch. Use our code CCI15 at checkout, and you get 15% off your entire order. And we got to go to our newest sponsor, boys. I don't know about you, but pretty happy with this one. I know that they were a sponsor of ours before. I know before with the other ones we had, I kind of nicked up a little bit, but this one, I've used it twice, 0 nicks so far. I'm very happy. Nice. Not gonna lie. And then they gave us the lawnmower this time, which is the ear nose trimmer, and that thing is bad to the bone. I use that thing almost every day, to be honest with you. I'm always cleaning my nose.
Yeah.
That thing is gangster.
That thing is gangster.
Then you got the ball deodorant. Got to make sure everything smells good. And sometimes at night, if you're going from after work to the night out, you got your little bit of spray down there to help make you refreshable and things like that. So you guys, what do y'all think about your Manscaped so far?
I love it, man. I've used
it's a ceramic blade, man. You can give yourself that close edge cut, man. Honestly, give yourself a fade. I talk about it all the time, man. You want to look styling down there? I'll tell you what, I took them pants off, and guess what? My lady was all over me when she saw that fade, dude.
High top fade, yeah, nice.
High top fade
with the ball, dude. The ball deodorant is money, and the ball
cream
too.
That is so money.
The ball deodorant's a game changer. It's a game changer.
Someone asked me what my new cologne was, and I had to tell them, oh no.
That
cologne is not up here.
Right. I mean, because, man, especially I know down in Florida with all that freaking humidity, man, that thing helps out a lot. I mean, because I've been up here in Washington and everything, and the humidity's been up. And, man, I'm just telling you, bro, it's a totally different feeling, man, when it's all nice and dry and cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Hey, so use our code, get 20% off with code Canes Callin. Free shipping
and free
as well.
Shipping. Hell yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Your balls will thank you.
Your balls will thank you.
Boys, season's almost upon us. Obviously, we have a few more things. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to be doing this show. We're going to finally be talking about games. We're going to actually, be talking about in-game action. What are you guys most looking forward to this season before we get into our closing segments?
Man, I just want us to have a good season. I just want us to be competitive in these road games, not be embarrassed and show some real progress, show some, show that Mario being here makes a difference, whether, a tangible difference, something you can see, you know what I mean? And I just want to see TVD ball out, man. It'd be nice to have a first round quarterback in April.
That would be awesome.
It would be nice.
What about you, Caniacs?
I just want to see a better team, man. I mean, we've all had the hype. I mean, there's going to be no BS. I just want to see no BS. I want to see a no BS team, man. Go out there, take care of business. Yes, we could lose some games. I get it. Yes, I understand that. But we shouldn't be losing to inferior teams. We shouldn't be losing to Duke. We shouldn't be losing to FIU, period. I mean, end of story. You know what I'm saying? We didn't spend this much money on this staff to see this happen. I mean, we have a lot of – you saw the sheet with all the coaches and all the assistants and all this stuff. That's a lot of money out there. We're finally invested. We should not be seeing us losing to FIUs, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, boys, should we get into our well, I don't even know what to call it, our pick'ems or the games to watch that we're gonna be looking at?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other games of interest, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like we might have the same ones. I was tempted to pick like LSU and the LSU FSU game and the Florida Utah game. But I honestly am really genuinely interested in the Florida Utah game. Interested in seeing how
Same.
good Utah is this season. Let me ask you guys something though, because I mentioned both of those other two schools in Florida. How I was talking about this with Kaniak, so he's gonna know I'm gonna ask this. How likely is it that after this week 1, Miami is the only team out of the big 3 that in Florida that's undefeated?
Like I told you earlier, it's very possible.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Very possible.
FSU loses and Florida loses. What, like, if you put a percentage on it?
80%.
Wow. Okay.
80%. I don't
I'll
think
take
FSU has a chance, honestly, because they're playing at a neutral site game in New Orleans against LSU. So it's going to be a road game. That place is going to be
Playing a
wild.
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Like,
saw that when we were
Yeah,
playing LSU
exactly.
in Texas, let alone in
Exactly.
Louisiana.
Exactly. So I don't think FSU has a chance. I think, again, it depends on how good Utah actually is this season. And they're playing at the Swamp. They're traveling cross country. All they have, everything is kind of lining up for Florida to pull up the upset.
Mhm.
But if
don't
if I have to pick one of them to win, it'll be Florida. I don't think Florida State has a chance against LSU.
Okay. I got one more game though that I want to talk about because we talk about Clemson having a down year last season. I want to see if they can dominate Georgia Tech because I think that was a game that they kind of kept close last season, if I remember right. That's what I want to see. I think the spread is like 21.5 right now. I don't know where I would, I think I would lean the over on that, but I mean, you never know. But that's another game that I'm interested in.
21-point favorite on the road is tough, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of points. If I had to bet, I would bet Clemson to win, but I would bet Georgia Tech on the points because 21 on the road is a lot. That's a lot for the questionable quarterback. It could be a defensive battle. So Clemson to win, but Georgia Tech on the points. I got one. I got one also that it's just it sucks because it's at the same time that we're playing, but man, that Oregon Georgia game.
Ooh.
Yes, that was
Buddy,
going to be one of
that's
mine.
that's gonna be a dog fight. That's gonna be a dog fight. And then the night game, the nightcap tomorrow, Notre Dame, Ohio State. That's also gonna be
a good one too.
I'll probably watch that one when I get home. Just throw it on. That should be some fun football.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The North Carolina Appalachian State game really intrigues me. Really intrigues me. I'm going to see. Yeah,
is
Zach.
App State is favored in that one. No, he gets enough shout outs. He doesn't get another one. That guy was bragging about how many shout outs
on FIU and FAU. Tony, I'm going to let you handle that one.
Is that this weekend? No, that's next weekend. Because FIU played Bryant yesterday, and they won by 1 point. Man, FAU's good. FAU.
You got to take the fighting Coasties, right?
Yeah. They got Kosi Perry now. FIU beat Bryant. I don't even know where Bryant is by 1 point. On a fluky 2-point conversion at the end of the game. They walked off on a 2-point conversion. Man, I hate FIU so much. I know they're my alma mater. They're my wife's, or my wife's alma mater. But man,
I know you cried there, didn't you?
Oof, man, that was heartbreaking.
Why are you reminding him, bro? Come on.
I know.
I just had to throw that in. A little more sting. But we'll change the subject. But the other game I think that's going to be really interesting to watch is the Cincinnati and Arkansas game.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yes.
think that's
There
going
are
to be
man. There
another
are a
really
lot
good
of
interview.
there are a lot of good games this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I
A
know.
lot of good games this weekend.
That's why I'm hoping to go. Oh, Tony, that kind of yak puts you in the doghouse, bud.
Yeah, that's my brother-in-law. He knows what's
Oh, is
up.
it?
Yeah, he
Oh,
knows
okay,
what's
I
up.
got you. Get him, Ricky. Get him.
Oh, yeah. That's
But yeah,
funny.
so Matt, we need to definitely go somewhere where there's a lot of TVs, brother.
I know. I'm just thinking of a Buffalo Wild Wings or something.
Hey, I'm down with that. Whatever. Anything's got a lot of TVs. There's a lot to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, you guys ready for this Reddit poll or what?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let me see what this one is. I saw the word poop, so I'm kind of worried. Oh, okay. Here, okay. Would you rather poop in the toilet or poop in the only toilet? So the only toilet at a party, knowing that you'll clog it, or poop in the bushes in the backyard?
Bushes, baby.
Yeah, bushes. Nothing worse than clogging a toilet in a party, bro.
Right.
There's
You can't
nothing
run
worse
from that.
than having to go to the owner of the house, and be like, bro, sorry,
I need
bro.
a plunger.
Yeah.
I need a plunger. Clog your toilet. Yeah, especially if there's privacy in the bushes. Like if I can go to like a corner where nobody's gonna watch me.
Yeah.
Bushes,
Right.
100%. Get some wipies,
Absolutely.
baby wipes, fresh
Yep.
and clean, man.
All
Oh,
day.
absolutely.
That was
Yeah,
easy.
Fresh
no,
and clean.
Yeah, that one was easy.
By
Do
the way,
another one
General
sometime.
consistency.
North Carolina is a 3.5-point favorite tomorrow.
Oh, North Carolina is?
I
Okay.
did see that.
Carolina
I
is a
did see
3.5
that.
point favorite,
Okay.
which is I think they're on the road. I think they're playing at App State, so that's
I think you're right. Let me
that's a
see
decent, that's a
here.
good line.
Yeah, it's at App State. Mm-hmm.
That's a good line. That should be a good. That's a noon game too. That should be a good one. I put that one on in the. I put that one on in the during the tailgate.
Yeah. Well, boys, it was a good one, man. It just flew by. Hopefully this
We did an
time
hour.
in
It did fly
between.
by.
I know. Hopefully this time in between in between kickoff flies by as well. Me and Caniacs at 12:30 going to be watching the game together if all goes right, eating some good food. Tony's going to be at the game. I'm jealous. But I'm excited, man. The Mario era, I mean, I would say officially begins tomorrow, right?
Officially, man. Officially.
Like
Absolutely.
official.
Official.
Like
You watch
official,
how
right?
he brings the team out of the smoke, man. It's gonna be special. Hopefully the crowd is good. Hopefully the crowd has a lot of energy. It's a 3:30 game, so there's no excuse. Get there on time. Get there when the smoke comes out.
Right.
Be there
Now,
for the
he says
boys,
he's
man.
not going to be emotional when that smoke comes out, but
Yes,
he's going to have to feel
the
something.
fuck, he's not. Get
You
out
know
of
he's
here.
going to feel something.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he's a liar.
I'm
He
gonna
may
cry.
not cry, he may not shed a tear, whatever, but he's going to be feeling it, man. He's going to be feeling
absolutely.
it. Especially when he runs through that smoke, man. Bring back the memories, the whole 9 yards, all that, nostalgia. Oh, absolutely. He's going to be emotional.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right,
I
boys.
can't wait to see it.
Me neither, man. Hey,
All right.
what's it all about?
All about the U.
It's all about
Yes, sir.
the you.
Yes, sir.